Today we are touring Viejas Arena, which is built inside a former football stadium and home of the San Diego State basketball team. Which means we're back in beautiful Southern California in San Diego, California. This time on the campus of San Diego State University, unlike their football stadium, which was located off campus. As is all my videos, every photo you see today was taken by me. You can write in the comments section what you like about Viejas Arena. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. And with that, we can start the tour. Viejas Arena opened back in 1997 and currently has a capacity of 12,414. The seating layout is pretty basic. It's a bowl-shaped single tier of seating that wraps around all four sides of the court. Given the layout of the arena, it can be a little difficult to tell just how large is this arena, and so to give you a little perspective, it has 35 rows of seats. As we look around the arena, you can see that most of the seating is chairback seating. It's a very bright red color. I think that's a really nice look to it. And then at the top, wrapping around the top, you have these bleacher seating that's about 5 rows. This is by no means the loudest stadium. It's not like Cameron Indoor Stadium, but it still has a very good environment, especially for a California basketball team. And I'll give you a little glimpse of what that environment is like. Couple of reasons for the loud environment. One, they tend to sell out the arena. And two, you can see from this view that it's a single tier of seating, but it's a very steep seating. On each side of the court behind the hoop, you can see that the lower 10 rows or so are retractable. It's not like some arenas where the seats on the sidelines are retractable as well, but these, behind the hoop are. I mentioned it in the intro, but one thing I didn't realize until pretty recently is this arena is built into the side of the former Aztec Bowl. You can see it from this view. It's the former football stadium of the San Diego State Aztecs, and I think that's a really cool feature. As you can see from this photo and the previous photo, that you can still actually see part of the seating from the previous stadium. They could have just torn it out. I don't really know the history on why they didn't, but I think that's cool. And looking at that old stadium, it reminds me a lot of the Panathinaikos Stadium in Greece, so another tie back to the old ancient stadiums. The old Aztec Bowl was built into the side of the hill, and given that this arena is built inside that old Aztec Bowl, one end of the arena is basically, you come in at this level, you see here it's not very tall, the court is completely below grade. On the opposite side, you're down drop below where all the seating is actually above you when you're on the street level. Another interesting feature of this arena is that the bathrooms and the concession stands are actually outside. One thing I noticed about this is if you go to a sellout game like I did at halftime, it gets very crowded out here. There's not a lot of room to stand, walk around. Everybody goes outside, enjoys, San Diego, so they enjoy the nice weather, which usually nice weather. Looking through the doors in this view, you can see that you walk into the arena from the concourse level, and you can see that all the seating is below, that you're at the top of the arena. This is a good view looking inside. On the right is the doors that you would come into, or if you go, you can go out those doors to the restrooms, and then on the left side is the seating for the arena. One thing to note, even though the concourse for the restrooms and a lot of the food is outside, there's still room where you can walk around inside around the top of the seating, and you can see all these people here, they're standing and watching the game. One of the most impressive things that I thought was there in the arena was the large video board. You can see it from here, and for a college basketball team that's not a powerhouse, they did go to the national championship last year. This is pretty impressive for this level. And a really nice feature they have is, they have the large video board, but when you're sitting really close courtside, you don't want to look at that large screen. So they have these smaller screens underneath that you can watch if you're up real close. While we are looking up at the roof, you can see that they have steel frame trusses. It's really shown off. It's not covered up, which I think is a great look to the arena. On one side of the court, the seating goes all the way down to the court. On the other side, though, you can see it here that there's room for the press, and you can see that there's a ton of press. There's, I think, 3 or 4 rows of seating. One reason for all the press is San Diego State's basketball team has done very well over the years. They are not a blue blood like Kansas, but for the conference they're in, they have done very well over the years, and you can see all the banners here. Most people probably know this, but if you don't, you can see from this banner that they actually even made it to the Final Four in 2023 and actually made it all the way to the championship game. With all of this being said, for a college basketball game, the tickets were actually pretty pricey. I sat up in the bleacher seats at the very top, and I got to say, it was the bleachers, but it was nice. I was able to get out to the concourse very easy, and the seats, they were still nice seats. I could see very well. Every video I like to throw in a photo of myself at the stadium, just shows that I was actually there. This takes us towards the end of our tour. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. You can write in the comments section what stadium you want me to do a video on next. We're also going to be doing the Roman Coliseum soon, so look into that.